Welcome to today's video in which I will be showing you how to do the knockout design using Wilcom embroidery software 2026. We're going to do an E manually, and we're also going to use the font that is in Wilcom software to create it. So I'll show you different variations of the E. Then we are going to do another letter, which requires you to have to cut a hole, right? So we're going to do an E and we're going to do a B. So let's get into the software and start digitizing. So here I am in Wilcom software and I have created this. This is what we are going to create. This is the font from within the software. So we will recreate both of these. So what I will do, I will bring the design back. This is the one that we are going to create manually. So now let's use our lettering tool. And I brought the toolbar out so we can see it. I'm going to click on the A, that's your lettering tool right there. And let's type in the uppercase E. I'm going to use the Albert font. I'm going to make sure that I have a free line on, which is right here, baseline, and do create, and just click on your workspace and it's going to populate there. Now you can resize this by dragging any one of the four corners outwards, or you can also resize up here by width and height. I'm going to click on width and make it 6.5. If I go into reshape, I can see that this piece was created in multiple pieces. I have one, then this longer piece is two, my middle piece is three, and this one up here is four. Okay, let me get a good look at this because I do have this toolbar up here. I'm going to put it back on the side so it doesn't take up so much of our workspace. Okay, so this E is created in four parts: 1, 2, 3, and then the bottom is 4. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create an offset from this because I want one solid piece. So I'm going to go into my offset tool, which is in your tool bar toolkit, right? My toolbox. Let me see if I can zoom out. Okay, it is selected, and this is the simple offset tool right here. Click on it. I already have it at 0. I'm doing 1. I'm going to change this to the run. I just need a run, no holes. Okay. Once that is done, I am going to select the E that I typed and delete it because I really just need the outline. One little edit I want to make with this is this right here. So I'm going to go into my reshape and just delete this node up here. Back into my fill, into my select tools, and I'm going to convert this to a tatami fill, right? Because I just want one full piece. Now, with that in place, I'm going to click out of it and back to my lettering tool and just type out the word Eagles. Let's look for a font. I'm going to go with a simple font, a simple enough font, and let's do book script and say create and click on your workspace. Again, you can resize by dragging any one of the four corners. Let's change that color as well. Now, when it's selected, we are going to use this toolbar. You can always click on it again, and now you can see some open squares. If I click on it again, you see they become solid black. You can click on it, open black, and you can rotate it that way, right? Left or right. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my transform. In my transform toolbar right here, I am going to rotate it myself. I'm going to do a -90 and say enter, and that's going to rotate it for me. I'll put it back. I'm going to move my toolbars back and forth because they do pick up space on your screen. So remember that we are using the simple offset tool. Let me put that back. All right, now let's fit that on the E, depending on where we want it to be. Let's say right there. And I feel like I can make this longer. Maybe I want it to reach all day. I'm going to stretch it out. Now, by pulling either side, I can stretch it right or I can stretch it left. If I do the bottom, this will get longer this way. If I do the top, it will get longer that way. All right, let's see. I think that is good. I think that is good right there. With that selected, again, we're going to do our simple offset. This time though, we're going to change our value and do it 0.2. We're not going to do any holes. We're still going to leave it as a run. You can also choose these, but we want a run. Okay, so keep it as a run, no hole. Okay, let's change that color. And I'm making it colorful so that we can see it. Now select your written words and just move that to the side. That one right there, we are going to select and I'm going to move it. It's way up there, so I'm going to use my arrow on my keyboard and just move it in some more. Okay, and we're going to convert that to a tatami fill. Now, with that selected, we're also going to select the E. Both of them selected. Let me zoom out a little. I'm going to bring my other toolbar up. I'm bringing them up so we can see it. All right, let me zoom out a little more and move this out of the way. Okay, with my E and the outline satin, the tatami outline selected, we are going to choose flatten. Okay, I'm going to click out of it, select, and delete. Take this and fit it back in here. Okay, and that's that. Let's put this back so that they're in place. All right, that's it. If you want to convert this to an applique in Wilcom, I'll bring the other toolbar back out. You have the applique tool right here. If I click this black drop down arrow, it will show the other applique tool. If you don't see this, you can go up into Window, Toolbars, Applique tool. And that's it right there, right? The same tools that are up here, as you can see, they're here as well. So because mine is in this graphic digitizing toolbar, I don't leave this one visible because I can find them right here. All right, so to convert this to an applique, we're gonna click on it and we're gonna just simply click that applique tool. You're gonna get this box around it and just do enter. Just like that, it created the applique for you. All right, so let me put this back. So remember the tools that we used earlier, we're gonna use them again. Okay, let's select this, group them together, and I'm gonna hide it. All right, let's bring this one up. What if you have a font or a design that looks like an E, but it's not quite in your font library? You can find it nowhere online. You have to create it manually. So let's go ahead and create this manually. It's going to be the same steps after we create it manually. Is the exact same thing that you will be doing to create that knockout. All right, so we are going to choose our complex fill and just go around the edges. All right, we're just going to go all the way around. The graphic or you create or someone create for you. Sometimes they don't really use a font that you can find easily, or sometimes they create their own. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my angle. Now this is one piece, so I'm gonna hide my design real quick, go back up into select, and I'm gonna convert that to tatami. Okay, I'm not really worried about the lines that I'm seeing coming through. If you are, just move it. to the opposite end so you get rid of that line. We're not going to do an outline. So I'm going to take the same font. Let's ungroup this real quick. Right, I want to ungroup because I only want to unhide this right here. Unhide. And I want to duplicate it. Just this. I'm going to do that by right clicking, holding, and dragging. Right, and then I'm going to go back and hide them. Okay, so they're not in our way. I'm going to select this and resize it, 6.5. I'm also going to change its color, maybe to this so we can see it better. And I'm going to adjust the size of this and bring it in. This time I am going to manually move it around. Okay, so I think I'm going to resize a little more and click on it and rotate it manually. Because as you can see, the font is a little different. Okay, and we need to adjust it a little more so that it fits right there. Now I can cut it. Give me a second. Yeah, I could make it bigger and cut it all up here. Yeah, I think so. Bring it down a little. Okay, and adjust. You don't have to be so picky like me, but let's adjust it. Okay, now we are gonna select and let's change this color so we know what we're looking at. And we are gonna create a simple offset again. We're gonna make this 2 run stitch, no hole, okay? Select and move to the side. Select your outline, make that a tatami fill. With that selected and your E, go ahead and choose flatten. Click out of it to deselect both of them. Click that outline and delete. And bring this back in, fit it right in there. Okay. Now, what if you want to keep this a full fill? We're just saying, maybe you do, and you want to create an outline around this. Okay. You will select both of them. I'm seeing something else here. Let's delete that. We're going to select both of them and we're going to go back to our simple offset. I'm going to leave it at 2. This time I'm going to convert it to a column C, no holes. Okay. Right? Now let's group this before I do. Yeah, let's group it. We'll do it all over again and I will hide it again. I'll bring them all back in a minute. Let's move this up. Again, the same thing goes. If you want to create this as an applique design, click on it. I have to ungroup them first. Click on it. Go to your applique tool. You will get that box. And you would say enter. Not save, but you're going to click enter. Okay, if you want to convert it to applique, I'm going to take it back and just select all of them, group it, and hide these. All right, let's bring my design back again. And I want to choose the other E. Let's go with the other E. So we're going to type this out, do an uppercase E. I hope I'm not speeding. I hope I'm not going too fast and you're able to keep up with me. Let's choose Albert. I think that's the straight one. We're going to say create, click on the screen, convert that again to 6.5 because we know this is done in multiple pieces. We want to create an offset, make that 0. No holes, we're going to change it to a run and say okay. I need to change this color We don't need that one, so we're gonna delete it and change this color. Convert that to a tatami fill. Before I do that, let me just do that little edit right there. You don't have to, but I want it to stay straight so that that keeps it simple. Okay. And now convert it to a tatami fill. So now it's all one piece. We're gonna click out of it. All right. So if you have it selected and you want to do something, just click out away from this. Consider this a rectangle. You don't want to click in here because it's not going to change. Click out of there or go over to your object list, color object list, and click in an empty spot. That's going to deselect it. We're going to go back to our lettering tool and type the word eagle again. This time, we want to create it already vertical. So with that typed out, we are going to scroll down to baseline right here. Click on this arrow, scroll down, and choose this free line vertical. Now, if your angle is, let's say, slightly off, it's not straight like this one, you may want to say a fixed line, right? So then you go in and you go top, bottom, or left, right, put it in wherever you are. I'm going to go free line because this looks very vertical. Free line vertical, scroll back up and say create. I'm going to click on my workspace. And as you can see, it was created vertically, right? I'm going to hold and drag. I feel like I want to change that font. With it selected, you can come over here and you can change your font. Let's go with um, the same one we've been using. And again, any four corners you can hold and drag. Okay, let's come in. Maybe I can put it all the way up like this, maybe, or maybe I can keep it right here, right? So I'm just using my top and bottom arrow and pushing them down. And then I'm gonna pull it in to my right and pull it out to my left. So I'm kind of stretching it like that. Okay, let's bring it out just slightly. Okay, now with this selected, again, we go back into simple offset. This time we are gonna change that to 0.2, run, no holes, okay. We're gonna move our letter out the way, or our word as a matter of fact. Hold on to this. Let's change that color so we can see it and convert it to tatami fill. With that and your E selected, we will go and do flatten again. Click out of it, click your object, delete, come back in and place it back there. Right? As simple as that. Same thing goes if you want to create an outline, select both of them. And we're going to go back into our offset. This time you can change it to or convert it to a satin column. And one click, boom. And it's going to pick all that up. Again, you can adjust your settings or the number that you use for how close you want to make it, right? Okay, so that's doing it vertically. We did the E manually, and we also use our software font. Now, what if you want to do a letter that actually has a hole? These doesn't have holes. So let's go into a new tab. Again, we're just going to simply use our font, and this time let's do a B. All right, I'm going to use my block just to keep it simple. We're going to make sure and adjust this. It's still a free line. And I'm going to say create. Click on my workspace. Again, we can resize here or we can resize up here. It doesn't matter what fill we are using. because we are going to do an offset, a simple offset. We're going to make this 0, we're going to make it a run, and we are going to cut a hole. I'm going to say okay. Again, we are going to delete this one, and we are going to select all of them. Now, let me explain this. Right now, this is 3 separate objects. I know it looks like it's one, like it's just one B, but this entire outer part is one. This is another, and this is another. When I convert it, you'll see what I'm talking about. These are 3 separate objects. We're going to create them as fills, and then we're going to cut them. All right, so let's select all of them. I'm going to change the color and convert them to tatami fill. See what I mean? This becomes a whole one. All right, so with all of them selected, we are going to go back down into our reshape. Well, I have it down. So when I say down, I have it down. And we are going to do divide this time. All right, we're going to do divide. Click out of it, select these two, and delete. Now we have 1B, right? With that selected, let's go back in. It's not selected, I'm sorry. Go back into our lettering tool and type out a word. I'm going to make sure that I am on a free line. Again, if you want it to be vertical, we're going to do free line. Okay? When you do free line, this is free line vertical, and then I have the free line horizontal. It just requires you to click on your workspace, and it is going to populate that word that you typed out. If you do fixed line, then you actually have to click right, left, up, down, or wherever you want the 2 points, and then it's going to put that word between those 2 points for you. All right, so let me scroll back up, and let's choose, again, not being too picky, let's go ahead and choose the same font that we've been using. Create, click on your workspace, and it is going to create that for you. Okay, let's bring it in. We're going to do the same thing. We are going to stretch it out left. We're going to stretch it out right. And let's fit it in like that. I think I can stretch it up a little more and down a little more. I can even bring it the whole length of it, almost to the edge. So let's do that. Okay. Now with that selected, simple offset, we're going to adjust that to 0.2. You can change it to whatever value you choose. We're going to turn off though, unclick or uncheck this cut a hole. We don't want any holes, and say okay. All right, this is passing what I want. Let's adjust this a little more. So all I did was Control Z to undo it. You can also use this up here to undo what you just did. I'm going to just adjust this a little more and bring my left side a little more in. Okay, it's selected, simple offset. Do I want 3? Yes, I'll do 3. I will do 2. 3 is a little too wide for me. So let's change that to 2. Run, no hole, okay. Right, let's just move our word to the side and convert this one. I'm going to change the color again, convert it to tatami fill, and then select my letter and go ahead and flatten this time. Click out, select, delete, bring this back in its spot. Okay, same thing goes. If you want to create an applique, click on it, do your applique tool, and click enter. That's it. If you want to add another outline, you can select it. It doesn't have to be a satin outline. We will go to, and I can do a run, right? And I can also convert that run to maybe a back stitch or stem stitch instead. Or I can even do that, which is a motif run. And then you can change your motif run to whatever design that you want to change it. Let's say, let me see if I can find one. And this is the arc. So we can change that to that. You see how it's facing inside or inwards? Come up to edit, reverse, reverse curve. And it will move it from inside to outside. I'll do that one more time because I know I did it real quick. So let's undo that. Notice that your motif is facing inwards. And if you want it to be facing outwards, then you would come up to edit, reverse, reverse curves. Okay, and that's it. And that brings us to the end of this video, creating the knockout design.